Certainly with what happened in the last 48 hours in Highland Park, Illinois, the talk about red flag laws is once again getting a lot of conversation. Colorado has such a law. There's an effort to get more states now to pass them. That, of course, is a law that allows families and authorities to ask a court to temporarily remove guns from people who are considered dangerous.
Some of the sheriffs who said they would never enforce it are now using it. 9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor joins us to discuss this. So it has been a few years since the red flag law was implemented here in Colorado, and yet it's still controversial for many people.
It's still controversial for a number of reasons. The primary reason is that you're taking someone's weapon before they've committed a crime or done anything. And the basis is that either law enforcement or a family member or whatever can apply and get this, get the gun removed for 14 days, and then it can be extended. And so people are concerned that, hey, nobody's done anything wrong. You're taking their gun.
As far as the legal aspect of the red flag law, has it been challenged in states? Have people said, I want this law repealed? I don't think this is constitutional with my Second Amendment rights or one's Second Amendment rights?
Yes, definitely. It's been challenged many times, and the result has been that the courts have upheld it. And in fact, the most recent legislation that I think President Biden is signing soon includes money specifically for these red flag type of situations. So.
This takes us back to where we always seem to end up in these controversial subjects. If, in fact, a federal red flag law is put into effect, you can expect states to challenge it. Some states to say, not here, not us.
That's exactly right. And we just had the Supreme Court ruling on the New York concealed carry situation, saying that the states can't use discretion. They have to use an objective set of standards, essentially making it easier to obtain concealed carry. So, of course, it does boil down to the feds and the state, as a lot of these constitutional issues are shaping up to do.
I mean, there really is no perfect law when you think about something like this is set up to do the right thing, and you'll never really know how many things you prevent. But it does make you think, like, how many laws are set in place, whether it comes to speech or guns or anything like that. You said the Second Amendment seems to be pretty unique.
Well, that's the argument. And so not taking a position either way, pro or against Second Amendment, but the Second Amendment folks are pushing back on any level of regulation, right? This red flag, they've done studies, and there's statistics that show that it's reducing suicides and other deaths. And there's, you look at the First Amendment, and there's exceptions to, we don't have an absolute right to say anything anywhere. There's political, commercial speech, and all this is regulated. The Fourth Amendment, search and seizure, there's regulations on a warrantless search. So the Second Amendment, that's the argument that they seem to make, is they don't want anything happening to the Second Amendment.
On a parallel track, we were just talking in the break a little bit about the Michigan school shooting, in which the parents are being prosecuted for providing the weapon for the young shooter. And in this case, we may see something along those lines. There is nothing that's going in that direction right now, but there is discussion about the possibility of the Highland Park shooter's parents being held liable or accountable in some way as well. Is that a thread? Because it seems like we've decided that the gun manufacturers legally are not liable.
Right.
Even though in Sandy Hook they were held accountable for the marketing aspect of it.
Correct. That's exactly right. And so there's a federal law that essentially protects gun manufacturers and distributors. And so now I don't think, it's so hard to get any legislation going through, bipartisan or otherwise. So I think you're going to start seeing accountability on the part of parents or other people who knew or should have known or bought the weapon or contributed. The parents in Michigan seem to completely have promoted that, and they are actually being criminally prosecuted.
It's a long trail, a trail of regret and pain, but we'll be talking about it with you again, I'm sure. Yeah. Whitney Traylor, our 9 News legal expert. Thanks for joining us. Sure.